Diane. Diane is 36 years old. She has 3 children. She's in the process of getting a divorce. Last year she met Rick, the sparks flew. What started out as a fairy tale love affair turned into a nightmare for Diane. She is pregnant with Rick's baby. He says no way does he want the child. And if Diane plans to... He says if she keeps the baby, he leaves her. If she gives the baby up, he stays. All right. Let's back up a bit. You had 3 children. This will be your 4th. How did you meet Rick?
I had just moved into the Georgia area and didn't know anyone, so I started going on telephone dates.
Okay.
We decided to go out. I hadn't been out dancing since I'd been in Georgia, and I really like to do that. So we decided to go out to a country club, and while we were talking on the phone, he basically told me, though, if you're fat, I'm not going to go out with you. Since he hadn't met me before, I mean, let's face it. So I told him that, I was proportionate. I used to be overweight, but I'm fine now. And he said, well, I went out on one date. She opened the door. I couldn't even see through her, so I left. And I said, well, you don't have to worry. I said, if you don't like what you see, you go your way, I go my way. And he said, okay, fine. And I said, okay.
Didn't it occur to you that a man who says that is...
Well...
Why did you enter into a sexual relationship having 3 children? Why didn't you use birth control?
I had my tubes tied 6 years ago. After my last child was
How
born.
old are your children?
10, 9, and 6. My children are 10, 9, and 6. I had a lot of problems with my last pregnancy. And I did not want any children after I turned 30. I made that decision.
Okay.
I don't want any more children.
Then why didn't you use birth control?
I told him before we went to bed the first time, I said, look, I had my tubes tied, but nothing is ever 100%. If you want to protect yourself, you know what you can do.
What did he say?
He didn't use anything.
What?
He didn't use anything.
He didn't use anything.
He didn't use anything.
Okay, what happened when you told him you were pregnant?
He said, regardless, if I have this baby, if I give it up for adoption, that's worse than having, that's worse than keeping it. He thinks that if I have this baby and give it up for adoption, that's terrible. But yet, I could go ahead and get rid of it now. That way, he won't have to worry about it later.
Wait. I'm sorry, I don't understand. He wants you to keep the baby.
He wants me to have an abortion.
He wants you to have the abortion. What month are you in?
He thinks that's the best option.
What month are you in?
Beginning of my 4th.
Does he know anything about babies?
He's got 2.
Does he know what the terms of an abortion are? At what point you can have them?
No, he's got 2, and he didn't really want them while she was pregnant.
No, I'm just asking how much he knows about...
No, I don't know.
Let's bring him out and find out. Rick. Rick! Standing backstage with Kelly and her mother, Kathy. Kelly is 19 years old. She's 7.5 months pregnant. She says her fiance, Ron, dumped her when she got pregnant, and she blames his meddling mom, Teresa. Kelly, you're convinced that Ron dumped you because you got pregnant?
Yes, I am.
All right. You know that Ron and Teresa have told us a different story. They also said that you are so manipulative, they insisted they be on stage before you. So I'm going to ask you to wait here for a few minutes while I'll go talk to them, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Ron, Kelly told us that you were engaged to be married when she got pregnant.
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. She said that you think Kelly is trying to trap you with the pregnancy. What makes you think that?
I'm not really...
She was losing control. That's what she was doing.
Sorry?
She was losing control.
Losing control of what?
Of him.
Teresa, Kelly says part of the problem is that you keep interfering in their relationship. Is
no,
that
it's
true?
Kathy.
Okay. Let's bring Kelly and her mom, Kathy, out here. Kelly and Kathy, come on out here.
Take and stay out of it. These two might have gotten farther.
Kelly,
Teresa.
No more.
You are a meddling bitch. Is
You're
what
a
you
meddling.
are.
You're the one that's going to be the cause of
If you would have stayed out of their life, these two would be together, you bitch. These two were in love until you got involved. Your son was staying at my house every night of the week.
Because you wouldn't let him go.
And then you're trying to tell everybody that my
Wait a minute.
black baby.
Yeah.
You bitch.
She could be.
You
All right,
bitch.
all right,
Yeah,
all right.
right.
She's freaking screwing around.
Wait a minute.
See about that, because she's got a
Wait a
month and a
minute.
half left.
Wait a
right?
minute.
We'll
Wait
have
a
a
minute.
test done.
Does anybody here see what the problem is? Yes. Here's what we
She
would
does
like.
this all the time. She will not stay out.
Listen to me. Here's what we would
are
like to
the
do.
problem.
We
My
would
daughter
like.
was walking around 7.5 months
Wait,
pregnant.
we would like-
These two were in love.
We would like both
Yeah, if you
mothers
stayed
not
out
to
of it,
talk.
In
Hello?
everybody's business, you bitch.
We would like both mothers not to talk. Can I please talk to the kids?
Sure.
Kelly, what's going on here? Were you in love?
Yes, I was.
What happened?
Actually, I don't know what happened.
Are the mothers in the way?
His mother is.
She says he dumped her when she got pregnant with his baby. He says she's the one who betrayed him. Melissa, we've had two completely different stories. First, tell me about your relationship from your point of view with Doug.
It was wonderful. I mean, we went out. He kept telling me he, cared about me. We seen each other all the time.
What's all the time? If he says it's a quick fling.
Well, every time he left his wife, I mean,
What do you mean every time he left his wife?
He kept telling me that he was going to get a divorce. And
Was he living with his wife?
no, not when we were dating, no.
He was not living with her?
No, he was separated.
Okay.
He lived with his brother, and we started dating. We went out, and
How long?
for about 6 months.
6 months.
6
So
months.
in your mind, this is long enough to be in love, to have a committed relationship, to get pregnant, even if he wasn't divorced?
I loved him.
Did you and Doug discuss marriage, the possibility of having children together?
If I ever got pregnant, yes, we talked about, he said that if I ever got pregnant, we would get married.
Okay.
But
And what happened?
he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't even acknowledge that I'm pregnant. He doesn't even, we've talked. He told me he had a vasectomy. All right? If he had a vasectomy, why am I pregnant?
Okay.
After the vasectomy thing, I called him up on that. He told me that he had a low sperm count. All right?
He's had a vasectomy and a low sperm count?
Yeah, all in the same day.
What do you want now? Do you want him in your life?
No, I want him in my baby's life. I just want him to take the responsibility of my baby.
Now, he says you tricked, trapped, and betrayed him.
I didn't trap and betray him. I don't see how I can because I don't want him. I
You
just want the
him
baby.
in her life.
Right.
Do you have any other children?
I have 2.
2 other children. Okay. Let's hear Doug's side of the story. Doug, come on out. Doug, has Melissa been telling us the truth?
Let me put the record straight, Sally. It was a fling what we had, and this really made me mad sitting backstage. I like Melissa as a person, but I was only with her.
Endometriosis, is that what you said? Okay. And she felt guilty about not giving her husband a child, and so she went into therapy. Things did not work out the way she thought. What happened?
The minute I got pregnant, my husband just left.
Just disappeared. After
He split, but says he would come back if I had an abortion.
So much for good Catholic boy. All right. Meet Sandra. Sandra was pregnant with twins when her boyfriend dumped her. Sandra, what happened? Were you trying to get pregnant?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I was on the pill, and since I had migraines, they had to lower the dosage to try and find out what level that I could stay at. And I told him the whole time that I didn't want to have another baby because I already had a daughter. And so I bought condoms. And so I asked him, I said, please wear these because I want to make sure that I don't get pregnant. During sex, he would take them off.
Okay.
So he went away for 6 weeks to basic training in the Army. When he came back, I had went to the doctor that same day, and I had started showing, and I didn't realize I was pregnant. I thought I had a tumor. I went to the doctor. I said, something's wrong. My stomach's getting really big. I don't know what's the matter. He did a sonogram. He goes, oh, there's two. I said, what, 2 tumors? He said, no, there's 2 babies. I said, no, there's 2 tumors. He goes, no, there's 2 babies. I said, no, there's 2 tumors. I can't, no. I already have a baby. I'm a single parent. I can't have 2 more babies. And he said, you need to go talk to the father and decide what you want to do. So that very minute, I went to his house. I talked to him. He came walking out. I took the picture of the sonogram up to him. I said, we're going to have a baby. And he just looked at me. I said, well, actually, we're going to have 2 babies. And he took the picture. He looked at it. He dropped it on the ground. He stepped on it. He walked away. I said, wait, I need you. I need you. I said, don't leave me like this. And he said, I don't know you.
You've gotten one woman pregnant with one and then another pregnant with twins. How could a man walk away from a woman carrying his child?
How? Okay, now, everybody's getting bashed up here. All the guys are getting bashed up here. And I'm here to speak for the guys. Hear me out, hear me out. Hear me out, all right? Because look, you talk about protection and stuff like that. I used protection and she still got pregnant. Okay? It happened. I didn't want that child. It happened. I stepped out. I'm back now. Now she's got another man. The girl with the...
Excuse me. This is bull.
No, this is true.
This is bull.
No,
this is bull. You make them. You support them.
I am supporting them. I am supporting them.
Then
but
don't
I
be
stepped
saying
away.
we're bashing them in.
No,
look
everybody
at
is
him.
bashing them in.
Look at him. The picture says we don't look like me. He can make it.
Wait, you just gotta get on with your life like I did.
Wear disguise. He can make it. They have to wear disguise.
What about the babies?
They suffer. Suffer. The babies do suffer. I hear you. The babies do suffer. But yo, you're on your own.
Her son Jonathan, who's 7.5 months old, did you say? Yeah. And her parents, Phyllis and Richard. Shannon was also dumped by her boyfriend when she got pregnant. What happened?
He just stopped calling and stopped, coming over and everything. And then at the same time, I didn't know it now, but at the same time, when he was saying he was going to be there for me, he was with his ex-fiance, and then right after he was born, like a week later, he married another lady, the same girl that he was with, and he hasn't paid.
What has this done to your daughter's opinion of men?
I don't believe she'll ever trust anyone again. It's going to be very hard.
I would think that would be.
This was her first relationship, first sexual relationship. He took her virginity too. So.
You should know that Shannon's smooth-talking boyfriend backed out of appearing on the show, probably because he hasn't paid a dime of child support since the baby's been born. I want this guy to know, we know who you are. We are going to follow up. We are going to make sure that you take responsibility for this baby. Now,
women, this is affecting lives. There's maybe a dozen babies out of this whole thing that we will also, as taxpayers, may be responsible for.
you know what, Ginger? There's more than a dozen. I just added it up. For women who don't want the men in their lives anymore, how do they handle it as the children grow up? What do they say to the children?
What they must say to the child is, I'm your mother. I took the love that I have in my heart for you and did right for you. Someday, that child will get old enough, and they will go and find the father. And no matter how quickly a father like Rick may be able to say, no, Someday that child's going to come and find these men and look in the eye and say, tell me no now. Tell me no, you didn't want me now. Tell me to my face. I don't think they will be so quick to have a ready answer or to have even a selfish answer, because a decision about a child can never, ever be selfish. How they made the baby didn't happen alone. How you take care of a baby can